Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I hope you can see us and hear as well. Me and Anastasia today are doing a special live video for you. As if you haven't seen my live clip from the other day, I'm here on the beautiful Bulgarian seaside. I can show you around even if you can see the beach. And I've been here for, I think, 3 or 4 days now. I'm on a holiday with my family, and it's really gorgeous here. The view is so wonderful. The weather is gorgeous. Everything is amazing. But there's always a but. I feel like I'm not relaxing enough, and I can't really relax completely. I'm not able to switch off. I'm constantly thinking about stuff. I don't feel like I'm making the most of my holiday. So I decided to have a little chat with my beautiful friend Anastasia, who's gonna um, who's gonna give us some tips on how to switch off. What are the different sources that we can find in general about filling ourselves with feminine energy, relaxing completely, and making the most of our free time? Because we wait for that summer holiday the whole year round, and then we very often can't make the most of it. So here we are. Anastasia is at her office in Sofia, Bulgaria, and I'm here at the beautiful seaside. And we were going to have that chat anyway on the phone, but we decided to have that live session with you now so we can share some very useful tips. So over to you, Anastasia. Tell us.
Hi everyone. I'm going to use Victoria like my translator because my English not very good. So I'm going to speak in Bulgarian. So относно това, че ти не можеш да си изключиш главата на почивката. Наистина в съвременния свят жената много работи. Много се отдава на своята кариера и това е страхотна възможност за нас, жените.
Anastasia is saying that it is very true that nowadays women are super busy and they devote a lot of their time and energy to work and their career. And it's true that we very often don't know how to relax and how to switch off.
Жената е натоварена с своята работа, с проблемите на близките си хора, с проблемите на партньора си, с децата и много често забравя да мисли за себе си в своето ежедневие.
A lot of women are usually thinking about not just their problems, but the problems of everybody else around them, the problems of their family, of their partner, of their kids, of their job. So they can't really find the time to think about themselves.
Тя не успява да се отпуска в ежедневието. Тя започва да се изтощава, да се чувства опустошена, раздразнена, уморена.
Women start to feel very depressed, very down. They feel super tired and they don't have energy for anything.
Това се случва заради това, че тя изразходва своите сили, своята енергия и не успява да попълва енергията си от външните източници.
And this happens simply because a woman just wastes all her energy to all those in external resources and external environment, and she doesn't have the resources to fill in herself with the feminine energy that she needs.
И наистина с всичките задължения, които тя има, работа плюс битови неща, тя започва да влиза повече в мъжката енергия, отколкото в женската.
And it's true. It's really difficult when you have so many things to think about. Your career, your work, your like the stuff that you need to do at home. It is logical that you're gonna get into male energy than the female energy.
По този начин, когато тя влиза в мъжката енергия, тя започва да има проблеми с личния си живот. Тоест, когато жената се намира в мъжката енергия, тя започва да има проблеми с своя партньор около нея.
And what happens is that when a woman gets into that masculine energy, when the masculine energy dominates in herself, she starts to experience a lot of problems mainly in her personal life with her partner.
Тоест, тя става успешна в своята кариера, но има неуспехи в личния си живот.
So essentially, she progresses in her career, but she doesn't have any success in her personal life.
И много жени в съвременния свят започват да се лутат между кариера ли искам да избера или личния си живот.
So the question for many women is whether they want to focus more on their professional life or focus on their personal life.
Хубавата новина е в това, че съвременната жена може да има и двете.
The good news is that the modern woman can have both at the same time.
Има такива жени, аз ги познавам, аз съм една от тях. Виктория също се стреми към това и е добре дошла в нашия екип.
Anastia is saying that she herself, she's put a lot of effort to be one of those women, and she knows a lot of women as well. And she said that I'm potentially going to be one of them one day. I'm putting the effort to, I'm determined to do so.
Защото жената влиза в женската си енергия, когато тя е отпусната, когато тя успява да изключи своят мозък и да обърне внимание на своето тяло, на своята вътрешност.
A woman can only feel herself in with feminine energy when she's completely relaxed, when she's switched off her brain, and she can pay attention to herself, spend some time listening to her body, and that's the only way to go around it, really.
Това помага на жената да влезе в нейната женската енергия, това помага тя да изпитва удоволствие от живота, от партньорството, дори от физическа наслада. Всичко това помага да се обърне към себе си.
This will help a woman to enjoy fully her life, to enjoy every aspect of her life, the physical, the emotional side of life. This is really important.
И както казах, добрата новина, че съвременната жена може да ходи на работа, може да обръща и да влиза в женската си енергия. Съответно, да бъде мъжката енергия, която е необходима да бъде в кариерата, и да бъде в женската си енергия, когато се връща.
So the good news, as we said, is that a woman nowadays could very easily combine the feminine and the masculine energy, and she can learn how to devote her feminine energy at home and her masculine energy at work, so she can have that beautiful balance between the two and progress in the two aspects at the same time.
И това, което помага на жената да влезне в женската си енергия, едно от нещата, това са женските практики.
So one of the secrets of how we could feel ourselves with feminine energy are the so-called feminine practices. These are energy healing practices.
Практиките помагат на жената да се отпусне, да се чувства сексапилна, да се изпълни творчески.
Those practices would help a woman feel relaxed again and to feel that energy inside her, that sexual energy inside her, that fulfillment inside her, and to switch off, really.
Да бъде магнетична, да бъде уверена в себе си и да се чувства любима и щастлива.
To feel that magnetism inside herself, to feel loved, to feel respected, and to really feel beautiful woman.
Има три направления на женски практики.
There are three main types of those practices.
Първият вид, това са телесни практики.
The first type of practices are the so-called physical practices.
Тук влизат практиките от йога, даоски практики.
Here we have a long list of practices, but some of the main ones are yoga, Dao practices,
Динамичните медитации
dynamic meditations,
и практиките за интимни мускули.
and the practices for the intimate muscles.
Вторият вид, това са психологически практики.
The second type are the so-called psychological practices.
Тук са медитации.
Here we have meditations again,
Да, визуализации,
visualizations,
упражнения и арт-терапия.
different type of physical practices and art therapy.
И докато в телесните практики ние имаме динамични медитации, където ние правим движение с тялото си.
And if in the physical practices we have dynamic meditations where we would engage the body and we would do some physical exercises.
В психологическите практики ние имаме медитации от типа на визуализация, когато ние изключваме главата си или по време на медитация си представяме нещо.
In the psychological meditations, we don't engage the body at all, we only engage the mind. So we allow the mind to switch off completely and to start visualizing some very nice stuff.
И третият вид от практики, това са енергийни практики.
And the third type are the so-called energy practices.
Това са тантрически практики.
These are the tantric practices, for example.
Практиките свързани с луната.
Practices related to the moon, to the movements of the moon.
И има много хубави практики, които са свързани с завъртане на жената.
And there are some wonderful practices that they pretty much consist of so the woman needs to turn around a few times. So they're very special and we're going to talk about them later, yeah.
И упражненията за синхронизация на нашите чакри също са изпадат към този.
And here, in the energy practices, we also have the synchronizations of the chakras in the body.
Всички тези практики помагат на жената да отстрани своите телесни блокажи и енергията да тече леко и свободно в нейното тяло.
All of those practices allow the woman to let out all the negative energy and the blockages in her body, and so that it could make some space for the good energy and for the energy to start flowing around nice and thoroughly.
Също така помагат естрогените да се изработват нови естрогени в тялото на жената. Съответно, жената изглежда по-женствена, по-сексатилна.
Another benefit of those practices is that it involves and it activates the estrogens in the body, which really gives the woman that confidence and she just starts to flourish again.
Също така помага на жената да пусне обидите и негативните емоции.
It also allows a woman to let out all the negative emotions. So this is really important as well.
Да се освободи жената от своите страхове и от своето напрежение.
to just get out all the fears in herself and all the different obligations that she feels inside her.
Също така с помощта на практиката жената хармонизира вътрешното си състояние.
Another benefit is that a woman could really synchronize her inner state, her whole inner state.
Това я помага да намери своя покой, своето умиротворение.
It really helps a woman to find her peace.
И така жената се отпуска със своето тяло.
In that way, a woman could relax fully, starting with her body.
И може да бъде по-концентрирана към своите желания, към своите цели.
And they'll give her the freedom to be able to focus on her wishes, on her desires, to start fulfilling them.
Високото ниво на женската енергия на жената я позволява тя да има пълноценни и добри отношения със своето семейство.
As a result, what we see is that the high levels of feminine energy lead to good and harmonical relations with her family.
Също така да привлече подходящия мъж.
Also to attract the right man, the one that ticks all the boxes.
Да привлече нови възможности, пари и щастливи събития.
To attract new opportunities, money, and just progress as a whole.
Поради тази причина ние планираме и създаваме в момента един страхотен клуб за жени, който ще се казва Женски практики.
And here we are very pleased to let you know that me and Anastasia are working on designing a new kind of intensive course, which is going to be called the Club of the Feminine Practices. We're working on it right now, and we're very soon going to launch it.
Всяка жена, която участва в този клуб, може да практикува различни практики, женски практики, с наши специалисти, които са психолози в своята професия и разбират на дълбоко ниво този тип занятия.
So each of our experts is going to be showing a different type of practice that they know from their experience and they specialize in. And in that way, every woman can benefit from the whole aspect of like a whole range of different types of feminine practices.
Този клуб ще бъде нещо като един фитнес клуб, където жената ходи да практикува, да оформя своето тяло.
It is really going to work on the principle of a fitness club, where a woman could go into shape, because she's going to be working on her body really.
Не само в този клуб ние ще работим не само със своето тяло, а със своето вътрешно тяло, така да се каже, със своята душа, със своята менталност и да се развиваме.
But the difference is that we're not going to only work on the physical body, we're also going to work on the mind and the soul and try to synchronize the three. So working on the three at the same time, really.
Ние ще покриваме широк спектър от нуждите на една жена. По какъв начин да работи със себе си.
Those practices are going to have a whole range of different types of needs that a woman could have at the different times of her life. So there's going to be a good variety of practices.
Освен самите практики, ще имате и теория, на която да се облегнете и да почерпите максимално знания относно това, което правите.
So in the club, we're not only going to focus on the practical side of things, but we're also going to cover the theory, which we think is really important because that will give us all a good background of why are we doing those practices, what are the benefits, just general knowledge about them, really.
Така че добре сте дошли в нашия клуб. Много скоро ще го обявиме и ще имате възможност да се запишете и да започнете да практикувате всичките практики, които ние предлагаме.
So we're going to welcome you very soon in our club. I think we're going to launch very, very soon, maybe next week or so. So if you're interested, check out our social media and our website often because it's very soon going to be out.
Вики, аз виждам, че от YouTube канала имаме дама от Индия, която ни пита няколко въпроса, всъщност задава въпроси.
We have a lady from India who's watching us now, and she's got a few questions for us.
The first question is, please tell me ways to heal broken femininity. How to know where you are hurt from.
How to know where you hurt from. Да, откъде да знаем, че откъде идва нараняването, откъде идва болката?
Болката обикновено свързано с женствеността, нали така?
Да, мисля така. I think so, yeah. I think it's related to the feminine side of things, yeah.
Ако разбирам правилно, откъде, нали, ако имаме проблеми с женствеността, откъде идва болка, причините могат да бъдат няколко. Основната причина може да бъде дори в самото зачеване на едно дете. Ако родителите са очаквали или единият от родителите е очаквал да има, например, момче, тогава, раждайки се едно момиче, тя започва да бъде нежелана. Нейният пол може да бъде нежелан от, например, бащата или майката или от двамата.
So the real hurt of a woman, the internal pain that a woman could feel can have different type of sources. And the first one, the initial one, might be coming from childhood and from the parents mainly. So going back to the time when the baby was made, was it that the parents wanted that baby? Was it that one of the parents didn't want the baby? Or it could be even they wanted the baby, but they didn't want to have that gender specifically. So for example, if they wanted to have a boy and she turned out to be a girl, then she's gonna be born with that internal hurt inside her, and that's the first source, the original source of that pain.
Тогава това дете, израствайки в жената, израства с убеждение, че нейният пол не е правилен.
Нейният какво, Стаси?
Нейният пол не е правилен.
Нейният пол. So that child would grow up with the belief that they will believe deeply that their gender is not the right gender.
Тогава жената започва да се отказва от своята женственост.
Then what happens is that the woman starts to reject her femininity completely.
Тя започва да се стреми в живота си да бъде да влага мъжкото поведение в своя живот, да бъде по-целеустремена, по-логична. Всичко това, което не е женско, а е мъжко, тя започва да го приема.
So rejecting the feminine side of herself, logically she's going to start focus on the masculine side of her body and her mind. So she's going to start utilizing more the male aspects of her. So these are things like being ambitious, working hard, focusing on her career.
И тогава започват да се проявяват други проблеми. И ето същата дама пита Следния въпрос. What does it mean that you have pain in left breast?
Yeah, so as a result, what happens is the mental pain becomes a physical pain, really transforms into a physical pain. And as the lady is now asking her on YouTube, I think it is, she's asking what does it mean if you have a pain in the left side of your chest?
Тялото започва веднага да реагира. Нашата лява страна, камерата малко дава обратно, лявата ни страна, това е нашата женската част, а дясната страна, това е нашата мъжката част.
So really, the body is divided into two parts. So the left part of your body is your feminine part, and the right part is your masculine part. Sorry, the camera is turning things upside down, but really, you get the idea. Left is the feminine, right is the masculine. Yeah. So it is normal that the lady would feel pain in the left side of her body because she would reject that part of herself.
Да, точно това показва болката в лявата е страна, в лявата е гърда. Гърдите, това е символ на женствеността. Мъжете нямат такива гърди като нас.
Yeah, the breast and the chest are really the symbols of the woman, especially the breast. So if she feels pain there, then it's the first sign that she rejects that part of herself.
Да, тя просто отказва своята женственост.
She just doesn't want to accept her full femininity, the beauty of the feminine part of herself.
Това е поправимо.
But the good news is that this could be changed.
Да, когато жената се обръща към своята женственост, когато тя започва да приема своята женственост, да обича себе си като жена.
And the first steps in that process are when a woman starts to pay more attention to what she really feels, to pay attention to какво беше Стаси другото, забравих. Да се обръща към себе си.
Да обича своята женственост и себе си като жена.
Да обича себе си. So not just to focus on her, but also to start to love herself. This is the first step, really.
Когато тя прави тези стъпки към себе си, съответно нещата се нормализират както на физическо ниво, така и на ментално.
So loving yourself and paying attention to what your body and mind tells you leads to harmonizing those energy in your body and avoiding that physical pain. That pain is going to really disappear as a result of this.
Женските практики са много подходящи за това, но ние имаме и такива курсове и вебинари, които помагат на жената да работи с ума си, да преодолява своите ментални проблеми с помощта на различните курсове.
So the club that we've just talked about for the feminine practices that we're going to launch very soon is very appropriate for those types of cases. And also we are running free webinars very soon. I think the first one is starting on the 8th of August. Is that right? Anastasia, on the 8th. The 8th of August, and there's going to be 3 webinars in a row, and they're also going to focus on our femininity mainly. And there might be some practices in there too, I believe.
Там вие жените ще може да видите как развитието през детството влияе върху настоящия ни живот.
In those free webinars, we're gonna look retrospectively back into how your childhood, how your development had influenced your adulthood and your life now.
Затова добре сте дошли. Тези вебинари са много символични. Те струват само €1.
So you're very so you're very welcome. You're welcome to those webinars because we've decided as a like a gift for you because we're just starting the Academy on the English speaking market. This is really a gift for you. We're doing them at a very, very reasonable price. It's just one euro each.
Добре сте дошли. Ние ще се радваме да донесем нашите знания към вас и да бъдем полезни максимално, както сме полезни вече за хиляди български и руски жени.
And it will be our pleasure really if we could help all of you, if we could bring our knowledge and expertise to you, if we would give you some useful information so you can change your life. As we're doing on the Bulgarian market at the moment, we have thousands of women who are doing our courses and webinars at the moment. So we know, we've seen the difference that we've made, and we really want to give you that difference now.
Това е от мен. Вики, на теб ти пожелавам по време на почивката да си позволиш да се отпуснеш. Плуване или тичане по брега биха ти помогнали на телесно ниво на теб да се отпуснеш и да си изключиш главата. Защото всяко упражнение, което ни прави подскоци, ни разблокира нашата енергия, или плуване, също връзката с водата много отпуска жената.
Yeah, Anastasia is saying that going back to my problem and why we did that video was that I wasn't feeling completely relaxed here, even though I'm on holiday. So she's saying that her advice to me would be to go now, do some swimming, and maybe do a little bit of running, because she's saying that the jumping up and down helps the energy to flow completely in your body, and also get out all those blockages in your body. So that's her advice to me, to go and do some swimming and running. So I think that's what I'm going to do now.
Да, и жената трябва да разбира, че няма нищо спешно завършене чак толкова. Когато има време за почивка, тя трябва да умее да почива.
And also it would be good, not just for me, but for all of us, to realize that there's nothing that urgent in life, more urgent than taking care of ourselves, really. So if you need a rest, it would be better to take a proper rest first. So I'm doing it.
Само когато се почиваме, ние тогава може да бъдем ефективни на работа.
Only when we have completely rested and we've completely filled ourselves with energy, we could be effective at our job. So we need to remember that.
Това е от мене. Пожелавам на всичките жени да умеят да превключат от мъжката към женската енергия и да се наслаждават на себе си в ежедневието.
That's all from us for now. We are wishing all the women around the world who are watching this video to be able to switch easily from the feminine to the masculine energy and to enjoy life fully.
Вики, на теб приятна почивка и до скоро.
Have a wonderful summer holidays, everyone, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.